Just Try Nation, stand up. It's your boy.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. It's your boy. And I wanted to take a few minutes of your time this morning just to share with you an experience that I had for my birthday celebration, and hopefully, this will bless your spirit. I found myself at a place called In Flight, which is an indoor skydiving facility. Because I'm interested in outdoor skydiving, this is the next best thing that will assimilate the experience. And part of the preparation when you're doing it is meeting your instructor and actually going into a room with your instructor so that he can give you helpful tips that will enable you to have a successful flight. Now, your instructor is going to be right by your side while you're in the tunnel. So prior to going in the tunnel, he said things like, I'm going to give you hand gestures when we're out there because you will not be able to hear me. So I'm going to give you signals that will help you to experience what you came for. And some of the signals would be relax. You see me doing this, it means relax. You see me doing this, it means bend your legs, bend your arms. You see me doing this, it means straighten out your arms, straighten out your legs. And the question was raised, well, how do I know that my legs or my arms should be bent or stretched out? Because when you see me doing this, I'll be touching whatever it is I'm asking you to adjust. Okay, I got it. So it's time to go out to the tunnel. And one of the first uh, steps is that you just fall into the wind. It's like a leap of faith. Just fall into the wind, assuming the position that you were taught. Assuming the position. So you have to know the position when you're taking your leap of faith. And so when this happens, you fall into the wind, and that's when you start paying attention to your instructor because he's telling you to either relax, bend your knees, bend your arms, stretch out your legs. And if you are paying attention and doing what your instructor is telling you, then what you're doing at this point is you're flying. You're seeing what it feels like to fly with the wind or to float on top of the wind. And I was floating. Now, some people, because of their inability to follow directions, because of all of the distractions, because now you're actually inside of it, you're experiencing it for yourself. Some of them could not get airborne. The burden was on the instructor to lift them up because they were trying to do it themselves and they didn't know how. And so after the experience was over, I said to myself, isn't God the same way as it pertains to our life experience? Doesn't He tell us what to do? Doesn't He give us the helpful tips to a successful flight in life? Where does He give us the tips? It's right in His Word. He tells us everything that we need to do. And not only does He tell us everything that we need to do, but when we're actually doing it and we can hear all of the distractions around us, He actually gives us signs. He actually gives us signs that would make us relax. Just like being in a tunnel when our legs are bent, He gives us signs to tell us to stretch out our legs and to stretch our arms. He puts us in situations where He's stretching us. And it's uncomfortable, but He's stretching us. Why? So that we can experience the optimum flight. So that He can take us where we have been designed to go. God does the same thing. Oh, and one of the things that I left out is when I was in this tunnel and when I was assuming the position and I was flying and I was floating on top of the wind, the instructor grabbed a hold of me and he took me on an elevated flight. He took me higher than I could have gone on my own. And isn't that what God does? When you're doing the things that he wants you to do because you're following his instructions, doesn't he take you higher? And it's necessary for us to listen to his instructions to even experience the flight that he has for each one of us. That's my message for today. Assume the position. Know your instructor and look for the signs and enjoy the flight. I know it's hard, but like I always say, your instructor is right there. And the only thing he wants you to do is what? Bam. Just try.